We interrupt your regular scheduled programming for After Raid Hours. Hosts JackJack1620
Hello.
and JayTi7N will talk your fucking ears off.
Oh my gosh.
About all things Pokemon Go and likely things not.
Yes. Sounds accurate.
Let us begin. Hello. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Busy as fuck.
I bet.
Busy. Unfortunately, not quite Pokemon Go busy. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah, I haven't
Go.
seen you.
I am a ghost in the machine.
No. Come back.
For those that don't know, I work basically at and for the airport. Mm-hmm. And if you also didn't know, it's the 6th busiest airport in the world, not just the U.S.
In the world?
In the world. It is
dang.
It is behind like Dubai, and there's like 4 other United States airports, but that's like Chicago O'Hare, LAX, Dallas Fort Worth, in Atlanta, like some of the busiest airports in the world. Denver is 6th on that list, which is insane.
Dang.
Our little hub city. So
the hub.
Anyway, because of that, and if you're in the area, you know Denver. If you've gone through the airport, you know it's been under construction for I feel like 30 years.
Ever
in a
day.
Continue to be under construction,
just like Colfax
for a while. Yep, just like Colfax.
Like Colfax.
But it's a substantial project, and I'm kind of happy to be part of it. But it's been a lot. So
that's awesome.
With that, I've been really busy with that. I've been busy with the car.
The car,
the Passat. Chris's old project car. I helped him work on it for a bit, got it up and going, and then I had to park it for about 4 years. And it's been
you've had lots of life things happening.
It's coming up. Anyway, so yeah.
Well, let me give you a debrief on what you've missed in like the last.
Teach me, Sensei.
So there's obviously been a deep dive with all the Go Fest happening. So there's been the Go Fest in Jersey City
and Osaka.
And Osaka was first. And Jersey City was just last weekend. And then Paris is this weekend.
Paris.
Then we'll have a weekend for the Jangmo-o Community Day.
Hell yeah.
Which is great. And then we'll have the Global Go Fest. So the last couple weeks, because of all the Go Fests, Niantic decided, or Scope Week, because I guess it's Scope Week now, right? Okay. Did they do the full transition yet?
Technically,
I think it's with them, but Niantic is still kind of running things for
right. It's a funky deal.
Yeah, whatever's clever. But
who's running it?
Well, I assumed it's like Niantic getting their last bits of cash because, like, we had nothing but DMAX or Gigantamax raids like pretty much every weekend.
Yeah,
and then I think next weekend or next week, every day is supposed to be like a raid hour, 6 to 7. One of the Reggies, basically, like Reggie Lecky, that's electric
Lecky
one.
And
Lecky Draco,
got the
and a few others. Yeah, so it's gonna be a busy time. Like for me personally, if you've raided them before and you already have their shinies, I would honestly save your passes for Zacian and Zamazenta for the community, for the global.
Especially because that's the best way to get the energies that you're going to need for the doggies.
Yeah, so I think it's a good ploy. Like, if you want to get them, there's going to be raid groups out there. I know the alt group is going out there to do their stuff via Campfire. There's other groups that will be kind of assembling, or just talk to your friends and see who all wants to go. Me personally, I'll see if like Dogman wants to go and others maybe meet at Aurora Municipal Center and do a few.
Okay.
But we'll see what's up. But at least I know for like Cinderace was a pretty good one. Like we were able to do it with like 12 people.
Nice.
Which I think is probably the easiest one we've done thus far. Like it still requires you to have good water people, please. And the folks that did contribute, because again we had a lot of raid invites. Thank you so much for that. Or accepting the invites, I should say, and we were very much like one and done because also like I don't know it was in the air the last couple of weeks, but also there's been family visits and things of that nature. I'm sure
gosh, it's been really busy.
It's been just busy time. So this weekend is going to be Inteleon, so have your good electric types and your good plant types.
Hell yeah.
I think you want to have, if you're going to use Blissey, have it with Pound as your fast attack.
Pound
to help charge. Toxtricity with Spark, I think Venusaur with Vine Whip, and a few others. Have Blissey in the front, and then you could switch out to do the Gigantamax hits with your other folks, or Dynamax hit, whatever you have. There are going to be multiple groups, so I think the all group is going sometime later. The Aurora Masters Campfire is going to be going from 11 to 1. And we're going to, I think the first day, Saturday, we're going to be meeting over in the Meadowwood area.
Okay.
And then the second day, Sunday, we're going to be meeting, and Sunday is also Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Yep, happy Father's Day. Take your dittos out. Go.
Happy Daddy's Day, dude.
Happy Daddy Day.
Daddy Day.
But you can meet us up at the Aurora Municipal Center from 11 to 2 to do raids there. And again, I'm expecting it shouldn't be too hard because a lot of folks were stocking up on Real Booms last weekend, which is going to be great for this one. If you did do quite a few. And again, and with the campfires, whatever, make sure you look for nearby groups, because sometimes if your group has a time that doesn't match you, see what other groups are around, because other groups are. Check the map for meetups and all that good stuff to see what fits your needs, and then go to them.
That we use Aurora Municipal Center. We like to call it AMC, and we use Aurora Masters Campfire.
Now is
also AMC.
Yeah. I think it's important to just have a
brand identity.
And like we've been AMC since like the beginning, really.
Beginning of time.
And like that was even before I was part of like Aurora Masters
before the raids and stuff. Yeah, before the big old raid groups like that. I think I met Corey and them at AMC.
Yeah, so it's in the parking lot. Yeah, like a lot of us, a lot of the day one folks were there. So Aurora Municipal Center has been a pretty big staple in the Aurora Pokemon scene. Even for folks who are newer, that's like, I've never seen others before. It's like...
Not for nothing. That is technically downtown Aurora.
Yeah.
And, they're developing the shit out of that area.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Which is exciting for me in various ways. But, real quick, the comparison between Cinderace being able to do it at 12 and GMax Charizard when it first dropped...
They don't even compete. And
it's insane.
The funny part is they're like, well, the Cinderace, Rillaboom, and Inteleon are supposed to be stronger hitters than GMax, Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, which to me, I will never agree to that, even though I'm sure statistically it will. To me, just get them while you can, especially because you need a good amount of people to take them.
Yeah.
And again, if you want an invite, send me a friend request or something. Talk to me on the Campfire. Talk to me on, if you have a Discord or you have Facebook, reach out. Because again, we'll be doing them, and I'll send invites to folks that do. But again, this is not shiny released.
Not yet.
So you don't need to blow a bunch of resources on this. Mm-hmm. Do what you have enough energies for, and then go home.
Yeah.
The main thing that we try with Aurora Masters Campfire is to make sure you at least get one. And say you have kids, we want to make sure your kids get theirs, because there's a lot of parents, very dedicated parents, who go out there and like are helping their kids with it, and like kids, bless their hearts, have a short attention span, so it's like making sure they're staying on it.
Yeah.
We did have some issues, like I think with Cinderace, we saw like the circle. If you would hold down the ball, sometimes it would just zigzag around.
Oh.
Yeah, it was wild. Like,
is that like on multiple phones?
I saw it on mine. I saw it. I think Wolf had it on his.
Okay.
And a few other people like commented on that as we were raiding.
So it was just like a glitch.
Yeah, it was just a weird
during that raid.
During that event. And then again, another thing is like obviously with the raid hours. I think we're gonna have like a Kyogre raid hour.
We just did Groudon.
Yeah, so Kyogre will be next weekend or next Wednesday, and then the week of Go Fest. The Global Go Fest will be all each day is going to have the raid hours, which again, I personally wouldn't recommend doing unless you need it.
And if you remember, they kind of did that before the Go Tour.
Yeah.
Where it was just like everyday raid. Every day there's a G-Max and a raid or D-Max and a raid or something crazy like that. So it's like, it felt like a lot, and it does feel a little overwhelming at times, which, again, if I'm busy and I'm not playing Pokemon Go as much, I'm just like seeing all these events, and like, obviously, God bless your heart and Zach and everyone else on the Aurora Masters team, Aurora Pokemon Masters University team.
Right, the Discord.
That ultimately, like, be keeping up with these things, and you run really good events, so... I'm so glad that people are being able to go out. I do see people singing your praises and really looking at, like you said, dedicated. These parents are trying to help their kids get cool Pokemon and things like that. Because like for some kids, they did start with Sword Shield, for instance.
Right. So this is their scene.
Like,
this is their moment.
Rillaboom?
Yeah.
I love grass monkeys, and I'm over here like twitching.
You're like, ugh. And see, I love Rillaboom. He's
I know.
boy.
I'm in my old age.
Yes, your old age.
In my old age, I'm growing older, which gives me a different appreciation for certain things.
Isn't that what time does?
So, as it happens with most old white people like myself, I like birds now.
What?
I've been really kind of keen on birds recently.
All right.
And then I've given a pass to some monkeys.
Okay.
Rillaboom gets a pass.
Hell yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Rillaboom, he should.
The Grookey.
He should. Grookey's adorable.
Grookey and the Thwacky into Rillaboom, they get a pass.
Yeah.
I always loved the GMax gimmick. A lot of people still love Mega more, and we're going to get Megas later this year too.
Yes.
Which I'm super excited for. But I like the GMax because I like the changes in the forms.
Yeah,
like,
it looks amazing.
I think Charizard's heavily overrated. I think GMax Charizard looks fucking sick.
Yeah, that was the one Charizard I actually appreciated.
Yeah,
because I saw like X and Y and I was like, so what?
Yeah, the Mega Charizards are like,
like when I saw the fight that the animated one between him and Mewtwo, that was actually really good. But it was the Gigantamax Charizard when he showed up. I was like, hot damn.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So anyway, like some kids being able to get their favorite in Pokemon Go, similar, like when we started Pokemon Go. And like you're, Bulbasaur.
Yes,
my first ever
boy,
starter.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Side note, Inteleon was my starter. I did Sobble when I did Sword Shield because I was obsessed with Spy Family at the time. Oh,
because that's a great anime.
And Inteleon becomes like a spice because it's like the British archetype. So it's like the rock star, Rillaboom. Yeah. The football star, soccer player in Cinderace.
Yeah, football.
And then the spy, like James Bond in Inteleon. So like I named my Sobble Twilight.
Nice.
So when it became Inteleon, it was Twilight. Anyway, so Inteleon, I think the GMax is funny because it's just like a fucking downward.
Well, and he that's apparently his tail. I was learning.
Yeah,
that whole stand is his tail, and it should be fun. Like I'm looking forward to doing that raid. So again, check your maps on Campfire, or check Facebook or whatever. Just search Inteleon and see what's happening near you.
Do we have a Pokemon Go grinder yet?
I'm sure people, if whoever uses grinders are already dedicated. Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I know it crashed at one of the Republican national conventions. I know that. I'm pretty sure they got it back up because
like
they need that.
Okay, so it's still going.
It's still very much going.
I lose track of apps. But
yeah,
okay.
They'll always have that app. Like they called that before the Straights did. The Straights tried it with Tinder and then it didn't work out because people there's still feelings there, but some folks are just like, I'm here to smash.
Oh hell
and
yeah!
Speaking of smashing, when it comes to, I think it's time that we cover over what is needed for the Go Fest.
The Go Fist?
The Go Fest. Go Fist. Go Fist, you need a lot of lubricant and a lot of other things. But
please
for Go Fest,
okay.
Go Fest itself, again, is going to be...
All right, Jack. I'm on prep
for Go Fest. Perfect. So Go Fest itself is going to be the last weekend of June.
Which is crazy because I feel like it's July or even August in the past.
It's flown by too quick.
Okay.
So in preparation for it, you want to make sure your inventory bag is good. So if you haven't stocked up on or increased your bag space, now's the time. I know you can't fully max it out all the way because usually right before the event is when they unlock like the extra bag space.
Yeah.
I think for folks that had the in-person passes, they gave them early access to that. So like Miss Moore and other folks were able to get that well earlier on.
They went to Jersey?
They went to Jersey, okay. Yeah. Which is, I heard great things. Like I saw a lot of social media things of it. I saw a lot of like the influencers who were there. There's a lot of parading them around, which is fantastic. And a lot of the stops that they made. So they had like golden lure stops.
That's awesome.
And like a lot of crafted stops, which I really liked because it was like the same thing we saw at Go Tour Vegas.
Yeah.
And so I always like when Pokemon does that. I think it adds it adds to the atmosphere of you playing.
Agreed.
I didn't hear of any like big issues with playing the game itself, but again, when you're playing this game, when it comes to the tech, make sure you have your your Go Plus charged up and ready to go. I know oftentimes I forget to charge mine. Make sure you have your battery packs ready to go, that you have extra charging cables and charger blocks.
And then one thing that potentially look into, because we don't know what the weather is going to be like.
It could be hot.
But like a lot of people have found pretty successful like cooling cases or like some kind of cooler.
Oh, that fan
for
thing?
Their phone.
Yes.
That might be something to look into. If we anticipate it being hot, obviously. Yeah. We can get into that a little bit down the road in terms of what you would want to be in which case.
We're about to hop into it.
Okay.
So with the heat, obviously I recommend a sun hat, umbrella. Picking your play area I think is really key.
Yes.
A lot of people do like going the wash part because it has an abundance of stops, but my cons for that is parking is not the greatest there.
It's awful.
I feel it's really humid because you have the 2 ponds and you have a lot of people there.
Yes.
And so it's kind of hard to fight for shade because a lot of people are just there playing volleyball. They're there for family friend events and all sorts of things like that.
It's one of the biggest parks in the area.
Yeah, and then also the food scene there is not the best to me. Now that's why I've always been a strong advocate for AMC because food is nearby, parking is in abundance. Saturday especially, you're going to have the library open. I think it's open till like 6, which is pretty much when the event ends that day.
Yeah.
So you will have access to bathrooms there, like vending machines there. You could take a break, cool down.
Charge if you need
charge your phone.
Charge your battery.
If your phone's overheating, put it on the cool tiles in the vestibule area so it can cool down. I know I had to do that once for the Go Fest because it was hot. Again, with the sun hat, I have a collapsible one that like spans like I feel like a foot on each side of my head, so I can turn and my phone is in the shade. Highly recommend that.
Yeah, I would recommend sun hats. Obviously, you can use like an umbrella or a parasol. But again, that's another thing you're holding.
Yeah, that's what makes it tough.
And if you're trying to play, especially if you have multiple devices, but even on one device and you're holding an umbrella in the other hand.
And multiple devices could be you're holding your battery charger too.
Yeah, that's what I'm
as
saying.
You're doing that
or
kind of
you're
stuff.
holding something else because I'm carrying a water bottle or I'm carrying something else. People aren't paying attention with their umbrellas.
Oh my gosh!
So then someone like me gets throated. Pretty great.
Yeah, you being throated is a tough. Is a pretty big achievement because you're a tall ass person.
Right. I don't like to be gagged all the time.
Yeah, it's not fun to gag. but that's where again when you're
sun
playing,
hats I would recommend. Sorry.
Yeah, sun hats are nice. I know some people had the little umbrellas for their phones. I thought was really cute. So if you're planning on playing during Go Fest and playing the whole time, so it starts at 10 a.m. ends at 6 p.m. You need to plan these things out, and we're 2 weeks out, so this might be a great time to order those things.
For sure.
If you're not using Amazon, give yourself more time. I know some people are and aren't using Amazon, whatever's your preference. Mm-hmm. Plan it in advance and get your stuff now. When it comes to like your food situation, that's why I like AMC because there's a lot of great food options nearby.
Well, and that like the Parkside Eatery is open.
Yeah, that's what. Well, we went back there and like some of the stuff has already closed. Like the Lucky Bird is gone already. And I'm like, dang it. Because that was actually like really good chicken.
Yeah, I think it might be like one of those where it's like a concept's there for a couple weeks and then disappears.
Oh, they had a whole storefront thing too.
Interesting.
That's where it's like, I just don't know like what the deal was there. But there's Parkside Eatery, there's Halal Guys, there's Chiba Hut, there's L&L, there's Helga's, there's Sabor. There's Five Guys.
Oh, if you're going up like towards the other stuff, then there's
a bunch. There's Chili's.
You got your Chili's.
It's just whatever's clever to you. I like playing more at Sabor because they have plugins.
Yep.
I'm a sucker for chips and salsa. You know me, I'm weak.
And they have good chips and salsa.
And they have good chips and salsa.
Their food is good too.
For a reasonable price. There's also that new ramen place across the street from it.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet.
They have a lot of really cool Pokemon sculptures, so highly recommend checking that place out.
I did see them on like the Denver foodie scene Instagram or something.
Yeah.
They look popping. I actually want to go there.
It's pretty sweet. I went there with George. And it was a good time. So there's that place. And that's just in the lot as you go toward the Target in the Aurora Mall area. Then you have stuff by 24 Hour Fitness. So I think there's like the Fun 99.
I don't remember the numbers. But
there's like a pho place. There's a Mexican street shop like right next to it.
Yeah.
I have yet to go to, but usually all Mexican desserts are good desserts. So treat yourself. And again, it's going to be hot. So like if you if you're walking, make sure you have like water bottles ready.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you have like portable snacks. Trail mix is a great thing. Hikers obviously have it because it's a quick boost of energy.
Yeah. I was gonna say one other spot you could probably check out is Sprouts did open.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's like a whole grocery store, so you can get, if you're looking for something refreshing. They got fresh fruit on lock. It's all like.
Do they have honey
sourced.
sticks?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god!
It's all like locally sourced stuff. It's all pretty good. If you're with me, I get 20% off. So.
Oh, nice!
But
bam.
But yeah, no, it's a good spot to also get different types of foods or stock up on snacks or chill out.
Heck yes,
because it is nice in there. So,
and I think in the other plaza, the one directly across from like the Zero Skate Bar, and there's BK Burgers.
Yep,
I think it's a pretty good place. Also have
DVD
good
shop.
And the DVD shop that hasn't went out of business yet. But is it gyros or gyros?
Euros?
Yeah. Euros?
These are just Euro. Yeah,
Euros. They have great Euros as well. So go check them out. That's at BK Burgers.
BK's good.
And again, there's a lot of food places there, so check it out. I think afterward, I'm kind of debating either having like a pizza party at Heroes just to like kick back and relax on one of those days, or maybe doing pho on Saturday and then the pizza on Sunday just to like close it out.
Interesting.
I think it would be kind of cool. I need to still talk with Diamond. What?
CC's.
Oh my god, yes. Let's do that. We should go to CC's. I am down.
There's still CC's.
Yeah, CC's is still amazing. And then in that same lot, I think there's Tokyo Joe Bowls. There's like the fiery wings. It's like a new like chicken
fireworks wings. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I think they're actually attached to another like company.
Are they?
Anyway,
okay.
they're not bad.
Sorry, we got on a food sidetrack. I'm very food motivated.
Yeah, not for nothing. Aurora's got bangers for food. A lot of people that, even if they complain about Aurora, the one thing they do say, Aurora has great food.
Yeah, and to me, it's like, I think it's always good to get your own opinion on the food.
Mm-hmm.
I heard some people talking about food like, oh, this is the best this in this place, or Denver's this. You need to experience it yourself and then make that call.
Yeah. Because
to me, it was the same thing like when people said, like, you haven't had sushi till you went to Japan. I have went to Japan. And I still like Sushi Totoro, like
I love
our
Sushi
local
Totoro.
place here. And so to me, it's just like, your palate is yours. So make sure, if you want to try some, definitely do. But jumping back into GoFest.
Okay.
So there's going to be some, I highly encourage you to look over the infographic, see what catches your eye, what your focus is.
Okay.
My particular focus is new shiny debuts. So we're going to have Frigibacks. Which is going to be shiny. He's like a lighter blue instead of the gray. And then you're going to have Carbink, which has a darker, like a matte gray and a more vibrant blue. So pretty easy to tell. Make sure you save up some of your missions. I think some of the missions will be like egg hatching. So don't hatch all your eggs at once, but like make sure you have eggs kind of on deck to roll through. For the different biomes or the different habitats, just like every year, the habitats will rotate. The first one is the Moonless Volcano.
Okay.
So that's going to be Houndour, Numel, Duskull, Gothita, which I think is going to be like a newer release shiny. Well, no, it's already been out. Goet, Fetchling, the Red Flabebe, Skrelp, and Fuecoco. And the focus premiere in that one is going to be Carbink. So I'd obviously go for Flabebe because that's a regional. Yeah. That's a harder one to get. Followed by like Skrelp and Gothita and Goet. And I think Numel would be a nice one too because you just don't really see many Numels often.
Yeah, not anymore.
And Fuecoco, we already had its days, so I would not click on them. Obviously, you will probably have a collection thing, so like catch it for the decks or catch it for the mission. The next one is Galvanic Dojo. So you're going to have Machop, Electabuzz, Teddiursa, Scraggy, Chespin, Yellow Flabebe, Pancham, Dedenne, and Crabrawler. And the focus shiny there is going to be Minfu, which is awesome. Like his shiny is like a blue with kind of like a beige.
Yeah, I do like Minfu a lot.
Minfu's a sweet one, especially if you haven't been doing the Go Battle League. This is like a good chance to get it. Pancham would be the next highest one, followed by Crabrawler, and obviously Flabebe, because we do have this Flabebe here in the States, the yellow one, but a shiny one, again, is really hard to see. It's the body of the Flabebe itself, not the flower, is purple.
Yeah.
So something to kind of keep in mind. If you see like an off color, look at the body. The next one is Hypnotic Tundra with Alolan Sandshrew, Swinub, Spheal, Piplup, Snover, Munna, Algium, the Blue Baby, Bergmite, and Frigibax as the focus. Obviously, Frigibax, that's the boy. Followed by Baby, because again, that is a regional. So you want to try to catch that one as much as possible. Then I would recommend probably the Bergmite and the Algium, just because those are ones that aren't common. And Bergmite, I think, is an easy shiny because its little legs are yellow. Mm-hmm. So it's really cute. The others, I think we've seen a lot of. Munna is a good one, too.
Yeah.
Just because it's like a really vibrant yellow. The next one is Phase Swamp with Clefairy, Tentacool, Mawile, Gulpin, Venipede, Poplio, Marini, Morwal, and then you're going to have Togetic as an encounter, and a Yellow Baby. Obviously, focused on the Yellow Baby. Togetic, we've already had its day. Like, as sad as I am to say that Togetic has had its day, focus on everything else. Venipede would be a great one. Mawile is always a nice one, especially because it has a Mega Form.
Yeah.
I think Tentacool is kind of like one of those nice ones to always get.
I always love Tentacool. Yeah.
And then Marini, I think, is really good for like the Go Battle League, so that's a great one to have. Your day long encounter, so Saturday you're gonna have higher chances of running into Chansey, Skymaries, Larvitar, Sheldons, Shelmets, Volibes, Oricoro, and Goomies, which is cool. So obviously I'd focus on probably like the Volibee and the Origoro if you haven't. It's also nice to stock up on candies for all the rest. Sunday is going to be a more sword-themed event. So Saturday is more shield. That's why they have those kind of themes.
Nice.
And Sunday is going to be more sword. So you're going to have Galarian, Farfetch'd, Cubone, Ralts, Carablast, Ponyard, Dino, Passimian, and Jangmo-o. And again, we're going to just come from the Jangmo-o community day. So like, if you didn't get them then, you might have another chance then. But I assume you are, because community days are always ripe with shinies.
Yeah.
So I'd probably focus more on the Ponyard, because that's always good. Passimian, I'm not even sure to say it. Passimian, there we go. I'm just like, bah. And then the Galarian and Farfetch'd, I'd say would focus on, because those ones I think are just harder to find in general. Your incense date, make sure you run those. So for the Moonless Volcano, you're going to have Torkoal as your incense encounter. For the Galvanic Dojo, you're going to have Skiddo, which is the cute little goat. Skiddo, yeah. For the Hypnotic Tundra, you're going to have Pachirisu.
Yep.
And then for Phase Swamp, you're going to have Klefki. And I don't think, is Klefki like released as shiny, or is it just normal?
No, it's just a regular Klefki.
Okay.
They're all, and again, these are, I think you mentioned it, but these are all regionals.
Yeah, they're all regionals.
So Torkoal, I forgot what regionals.
Torkoal, Skiddo, and Pachirisu.
Klefki is also regional. So.
Yeah. So,
but only those three. Yeah, outside of Klefki will be able to be shiny, which is nice.
Yeah, and then for the incense as well, you'll get the unknowns that on Saturday that spell out shield.
Oh.
And for Sunday, you'll get the ones that spell out sword. So just keep that in mind.
I think it spells out words.
Or words, whichever is clever. The raids, there'll be 1-star raids for Frigibax. So that'll be a nice one. I don't think they have anything for the 3-star, which is okay. I wouldn't focus on that unless it's something. I thought it was going to be the costume boys.
I'm guessing it might either be that or regionals.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then obviously, this is something that was new to me, so something I hope isn't new to you. But if it is, I hope you're hearing it from us. Saturday is going to focus more on the shield, so Zamazenta will be your focus. And then on Sunday is going to be more Zacian with the crown sword.
Sword dog.
So just keep that in mind. Get your raids in while you can.
Little side note, in case you didn't know, if you haven't heard, Zacian has now taken crown sword version, has taken the top spot for highest CP in the game.
Nice.
So if you're level 50 and you have a level 50 Zacian with the crown sword, with the right IVs and everything, it'll be the highest CP in the game.
Hell yeah.
Which is pretty great. I think I have a think you gave me a lucky shiny Zacian.
Did we? I know, like we had
Once
those
upon a
trades
time.
many moons ago.
I don't trade. I don't do anything.
That's
But
nothing's wrong with that.
But yeah, no, that one's fun. Zamazenta, I have a soft spot there because I feel like it's like 75% Zacian, 25% Zamazenta in terms of like the way people love these Pokemon.
It's true.
I think it's hard to beat a dog with a sword in its mouth.
And it is.
It's so cool.
It really is.
I played Shield. I love Zamazenta. I've always been more on the defense, so I like Zamazenta a lot. But I do love Crown Sword Zacian. Anyway,
yeah.
I thought that was kind of interesting that that is now the highest CP. So if you care about that stat, cool. If you find an XXL one with that kind of stat, hell yeah, XXS, even better.
Oh yeah. Oh, so they did have an update.
Okay.
So for the 1 star, it's going to be Frigibacks, and it's going to be the 3 different Dapper Pikas.
Okay.
Repping Instinct, Valor, and Mystic colors.
Oh yeah.
And then the 3 star is going to be your Phalanx in the train
costume, the coolest costume they've introduced yet.
So badass.
I love it, dude.
So that's going to be a great one. They haven't really said too much for the eggs, which is kind of unfortunate. I know just for your instance, you'll have, like I mentioned, the spawns. The daily perks, you'll have your buddy will gain more hearts. You can raid up to 9 times with passes each day, I guess, from like the ticketed one. So I think you get extra passes.
Okay.
You could do 6 special trades. You have half the Stardust cost, and you can open up to 40 gifts. And then your tickets, obviously from 10 to 6, you have increased shiny rates. You have a special research. You'll have 3 surprise encounters with the Go snapshot each day. Mm-hmm. So make sure you do that. And then you might get a yellow frame or a ticketed icon for certain ticket holders. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it just means basically just kind of keep a lookout. You also have a limit on your remote raid passes. So hopefully during the global event, if during a lot of the Go Fest, I know there are invites going out, but I think it's just like the past ones where you won't get the specific energies to do Zacian or Zamazenta. Correct. So I would personally save your passes unless you just need it for the decks, or say you had a lucky trade beforehand you wanted to use. Sure, use it for that. But I say during this time, stock up your passes while you can. There's certain boxes. There's like a 7,000 coin box that I think is worth it for incubators if you needed them, because that's just a really good price for them. There's also like, I think I came across as like 100 or like a 99 pass one for like 2,500. I was like bought that immediately. Again,
the returns on that's good.
Yeah, the return, because I have a whole calculator to do, is this worth my monies or not? So just make sure you kind of keep that in mind. Again, the ticket is $15 if you didn't buy it and you were considering. I would recommend it personally just because I think you're going to get some good results from it. We also have the ticketed kind of the running event happening as well that you can earn a golden trinket from.
Oh,
so that's another
the pass.
The pass, yes.
Yeah.
So that's another one I would recommend if
the battle pass, for lack of a better term.
Yes, and to me, I think it's dope. I always like getting those. I think
it's cool.
Especially because it's a guaranteed lucky. So like if someone had that shiny Zacian or shiny Zamazenta and you're like, I want that lucky, and it happened to have a background,
it's like I need to use
why
it.
Why not?
For Carla, because for some reason, despite everything, we've only ever been lucky friends like once in this game.
That's insane.
Even though I've actually opened her gifts.
I've sat there and done this.
Versus like, again, me and Kyle get lucky if we breathe on each other, so it's like whatever, dude. But no, I think those are a good deal, and obviously they set it up to be like kind of in your face in terms of what you can do with it. So it's like you go view the rewards and you're like, well, I've already gotten to this level, and if I just upgrade the pass, I get all of that stuff.
Yeah, and it's retroactive.
It's so good. Yeah, so it's not like you have to do it again just because you upgraded later.
You just get it.
So like obviously weigh how much that matters to you.
Yeah, do not buy the extra 10 steps if you're going to be playing more than like passively.
Yeah.
Because you're going to like, I've just been playing this week passively, and I think I'm already at like, I'm at rank 95 or 91 already.
Right.
and I've just been playing passively. Like I haven't been going out I haven't been doing a raid a day. I haven't been doing any of that. I just play passively, and I'm almost at 100. And I love all the rewards because I'm getting rare candies. I'm getting incubators. I'm getting raid passes. So I'm like all that. And then the encounters are nice. So again, when it comes to your inventory, I would say use the search bar stuff. Start shredding what you don't need. Keep a few in case you need to do a transfer thing, like maybe like 5 or 10, whatever's clever.
For Pokemon?
I haven't seen any of the researches that might require you to transfer anything.
Even if you do have to you're going to catch.
You're going to catch so
event,
much.
So
I usually try to go in with at least 300 to 400 spaces open, and again they'll still add the bag space later. So if you're already maxed out like I am, because I'm just weak and I always buy the max space I can, you still will have that opportunity if you weren't at any of the in-person events prior. I would say, again, I plan for food and I plan for rest. So if you know, like, say if you have kids and you know your kids get tuckered out in 2 hours, figure out which of the biomes or which of the habitats you want to focus on for those two. Yeah. So then the ones where your kids are resting are ones that you don't maybe care for. Again, you have to play to your highest interest and go from there. I know not everyone's going to be able to go ham and play for the full 8 hours, but that's my full intention. I think we only take an hour break usually, and that's when we go to Sabor, and we're still playing. We still have incense going and everything like that. Oh, that's one thing too. So on the 22nd, so the Sunday before the Global Go Fest, we'll be at the Aurora Municipal Center hosting a Golden Lure party.
Golden Lure.
So that'll be something, if you've never been to one of those, Aurora Masters, and some of its awesome players help support.
Speaking of emptying your inventory.
Right, as a way. Well, emptying inventory a Pokemon, but like.
Sorry, I meant your item bag too.
Oh, well, item bag.
You're going to be spending tons of stops.
This is going to be a great time to stock up on things like Ultra Balls, Great Balls, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you want all the balls.
I want all of them. I say always keep an inventory of at least like 20 to 50 berries of each. Except Goldens. Keep all those you can.
Keep all the Goldens you can, okay.
Because I feel like Zamazenta and Zacian, they could shift something. So just be aware. I've always noticed there's a slight tweak right before an event. Sometimes the items you need will no longer drop when you need them. So don't fully delete everything. Just always keep kind of a limited inventory. Have a higher end of Pokeballs, obviously, Ultras and Greats. I rarely think they're going to say, like, use a Pokeball to catch this Pokemon. I've never seen that mission before.
Oh, that's just a personal mission of mine.
To catch every legend.
I catch everything in a Pokeball.
Hey,
like all my shinies that you can catch, they're all in Pokeballs.
Which is
if they're not from a raid or whatever.
Madness.
So yeah, if it pops up on the screen and it's just like Golden Raz Pokeball, and
you're mine.
I let Arceus take the wheel, dude. I'm just I'm vibing.
Take the wheel.
Yeah, but that's a person. Like I said, that's a personal treat or personal touch.
Yeah. What else? Oh,
balls, berries.
But yeah, with the Golden Lure party, it's a great time to stock up on stuff. I'll also be there. I'll have my Nintendo Switch. So if you need a Gimme Ghoul bag, we could do a postcard exchange. Just make sure your phone has your Bluetooth active and compatible, so we can do that exchange.
I haven't tried it on the Switch 2 yet.
Did you? Oh, yeah. We'll have to talk about the Switch too. But yeah, so I'll have that there. So if you want that, it's just a great time to stock up. Because Golden Lures drop more items, you get more Pokemon encounters. So it's kind of a great way to kind of burn through some stuff, earn some extra Stardust before the event. We'll be there for about 2 hours, and there's usually about like 5 stops lit up the entire time, which is great. So it's a great time to kind of stock up on that kind of stuff. And also, if you want to get the Goldango, whatever you call them. Golden Go, that you get enough coins to do that.
The Silver Surfer, but gold? Golden Surfer?
Gold Surfer.
A Golden Shower Surfer, dude?
No, not that.
I was looking at my inventory and I was like, why am I always... My item space. Why am I always so maxed out on items? Is it because I have over 600 rare candies or whatever?
You need to distribute that. Oh, that's what I would recommend that too. Distribute your golden or your rare candies to like Zacian and Zamazenta.
Yeah.
Because you might, I think to max it out at level 50, even to, because they'll also be really handy for the Gigantamax and Dynamax raids. Like, you'll actually be able to use those.
You can use the crowned sword and crowned shield version of these Pokemon in D-Max and G-Max, which is awesome.
So those would be good ones. So if your kids don't have the strongest, this would be a great time for them to stock up on those. Highly recommend that. Outside of that, how's the Switch 2? I saw one of my coworkers brought his to work.
Oh yeah.
So we're playing the Mario Party. I'm just so excited for when Pokemon ZA comes out.
So
it's gonna be epic.
I love it. I have the. This is our off tangent thing. I had the day one Switch 1. So like I bought it in 2017, right when it came out. I've had that one ever since. And it served me well. But I never upgraded it when the OLED model came out. And it's the nicer screen. Yeah. Same battery, same processor. So it's not like it played any better, but definitely looked good. Like Cass and Zach, for instance, my siblings, they both got the Tears of the Kingdom special Legend of Zelda OLED, and that's a beautiful console. But I always held out. I wanted to buy it, but I was like,
"You're like, no,
the next Switch is coming out soon. The next console." I was really hoping they call it Super Nintendo Switch, but they didn't.
Oh.
I was like, it's going to come out, and I'll just do that one. So I did. I managed to get a pre-order for this one, got it in, and not for nothing, I've been playing mostly the older games on it. But it's been wonderful. I've been loving it. It's bigger. The screen's bigger. It's clean. It's crisp.
It runs so smooth.
It runs very smoothly. And I don't know if you saw, if your coworker showed you, Scarlet and Violet, as you know, run a little sluggishly on the OG Switches. In some cases, like, birds are flying in the background at 5 frames per second, so you can see, like, the pixels flapping down and then up. It looks really funny. It's clunky. It has loading issues. So, like, you go to
it's part of its charm.
Castle Royale Lake, for instance, and they have, like, all the Gyarados, like, flying around and stuff. That'll crash your game half the time. Switch 2, everything runs buttery smooth, 60 frames per second at all times, pretty much. And I've never seen that many Pokemon.
Pretty.
I've never seen that many Pokemon populated on a screen at the same time.
Yeah, they said like your view is bigger.
Your view is bigger. It just runs smoother. It feels like a new game, honestly. And it was a completely free upgrade. You didn't have to pay for any upgrade for it. It just, you download the game onto the Switch, and it's like, oh, here you go. And like I was playing through it, and I was like, blown away.
And like, so it's backward compatible with some of your regular Switch games.
With all your Switch games, pretty much. Perfect. There's a small list of games that aren't, but they're kind of niche games, or they're like ones that require some kind of extracurricular thing. So like the Nintendo Labo, I don't know if you remember that coming out, but it's essentially a bunch of cardboard box things, and you build like controllers out of the box.
Oh, that's dope.
That is not compatible with the Switch 2.
That's okay.
But all of my Switch 1
games... That sucks
games,
for them, but... Yeah.
All my Switch 1 games that I had are backwards compatible, and then there's going to be Switch 1 and Switch 2 versions of games coming out. So Legend ZA will still have a Switch 1 version.
Yes.
But there's also a Switch 2 version, and I can almost guarantee it's going to play maybe twice as good on the Switch 2. So
and Pokemon ZA is coming out in October
16th.
Yes.
Right before your birthday.
So that's going to be like me taking a portion of my paycheck and being like, this sets aside... Because I think you could even do the reservations on Pokemon Center.
Correct.
I saw Europe, what they get. America, we just get nothing. America is trash compared to what Europe gets. Like, for their pre-order. Like, they get, a whole bunch of goodies.
And well, here, not for nothing.
Hey.
If you order through Pokemon Center, they'll send you a random starter plushie.
Cute.
You get either Chikorita, Tepig, or Totodile.
A random one?
Yeah, you don't even get to pick one. It just comes randomly.
I was wondering because I was trying to pre-order and I was like, how come I can't select?
I want to pick Chikorita.
Yes, I want Chikorita. If I get anyone else, I'm going to be like, I'll still love them, but it won't be the same.
Yeah, it's just like...
It won't be the same.
You're adopted. But like
you'll go up on my wall of Pokemon stuff, but I'll be like, I wanted
the Chikorita.
No,
so yeah, that's how that's going to work. I have to go on this little rant. We're on the Switch 2 rant. Okay, I'm going a little rant about Switch 2 stuff.
Okay.
The biggest complaint I have about Switch 2 versus Switch 1, the box arts and the boxes for the Switch 2 games, fucking ugly. I can't stand them. It's because...
What do you mean?
So they want to make it distinctively different from the Switch 1. So in case confused parents go into a GameStop and they're like, my son or my daughter or my child wants this game give it to me. And you're like, okay, which one do you want? You want Switch 1, Switch 2? And they're not going to know. So they want to make it as clear as possible that this is Switch 2. So the Switch 1 usually has like a little square of red in the corner or whatever to say, hey, this is a Nintendo Switch game. Nice, clean. The box art fills the rest of everything. It's full bleed. When you set up like art books and things, it's beautiful. Switch 2, so for Legend ZA, box art is full bleed, shows mostly everything, looks really good on the Switch 1 case. Switch 2 case, it's compressed because they have to put this giant fucking red bar across the top of the case to say that it's a Switch 2 game. Not only that, under the title, there's a giant fucking line of text that says Switch 2 version. And so it just, I'll show you after this. It pisses me off. It actually physically makes me angry. So what I did is I pre-ordered the Switch 1 version because you can buy the upgrade kit to the Switch 2 version.
Okay.
And so
how much is that?
It's $10. So the difference is the same. So basically the Switch 1 version will be, I think, $60.
Okay.
And then the Switch 2 version will be $70. The Switch 1 version is $60 and the upgrade pack is $10, right? So it's basically the same thing. What's worse is I'm pretty sure the Switch 2 version is literally the same thing with just an upgrade code in the case. Like, and so you get an uglier case. The art's kind of fucked up.
No.
I can't stand it. So I will buy the Switch. I will buy the Switch 1 version and buy the upgrade pass.
That's so funny.
I'm also doing that for. They announced Final Fantasy Tactics is getting a remake, which one of my favorite games of all time on the PlayStation 1 especially. It's getting remade for Switch. It'll be on the Switch 2, which is where I'm going to get it.
Okay.
And they did the same thing. The Switch 1 version, the art on the box, beautiful. The Switch 2 version, I can't stand it.
You're like, so why? Why is it horrible?
And it's the same thing where you buy the Switch 2 version, and it's literally just an upgrade code in the case. And I'm like, I hate you, Nintendo, sometimes.
Why?
So, that is my rant. If you are so inclined,
that's fair.
Go look at the differences between Switch 2 boxes and Switch 1
I'll have
boxes.
to.
So, for as long as I possibly can, I will just buy the Switch 1 version and buy the upgrade pass.
Okay.
Because I don't like Switch 2 cases. But anyway, I love the console. It's great. I'll bring it next time to show you. Okay. I mean, you already played with it with your coworker. But
it's so pretty.
I want to show you Pokemon. And that's why I was going to say, like, I haven't tried Sword Shield on it yet, so I don't know if those have been updated. Or if those things work. They should work the same in terms of, like, getting the golden...
Yeah, and obviously, like, for any players, I don't feel any FOMO with any game ever.
No.
Give yourself time. There is life happening. There's real-world events taking place. We're living in history as we speak.
I did. So part of the reason I have a Switch 2 is because I did get FOMO in that I was afraid that with the state of the world's economy and tariffs and things like that, that I was going to miss out on it, or it was going to be exorbitantly more expensive. And then I also... Because in the past, Nintendo's been pretty bad about supply.
Yeah.
If you remember,
I heard they went overboard.
Yeah, if you remember the Wii launch or even the Switch launch, some people that couldn't get a Wii for like a year, and I was like, no, my brain was like, I need it for Legend ZA. I need it. Yeah, I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. But so I ended up getting it, and then it turns out that they actually did. Develop quite a few of them or produce quite a few of them. So I've been seeing them kind of blink in and out of stock at stores like Target, Walmart, GameStop even. So if you're still looking to get one, I'm pretty sure there'll be somewhat available. I would almost beg you, try not to buy them from a scalper on like eBay.
Oh no,
because scalpers bought a bunch and then they put them up on eBay for I think like $650 or something. It's not worth that. $450 is already a stretch, to be completely honest.
It is.
For me, I have a pretty good job, so it felt okay to do that. But
especially because the last time I bought a game system was the Switch.
It was Switch 1. Yeah, exactly. I held off from buying the PS5 Pro as much as I wanted it because it's useless otherwise. But Switch 2, I knew I wanted to upgrade my Switch, and I did.
Heck yeah.
I did the whole kit and caboodle. I traded in for it and all this other stuff.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Dang.
Because they did it so where you can transfer. I uploaded all my Switch 1 stuff to Nintendo's cloud, which scared me kind of, honestly.
That's fair.
But I traded in my Switch. They had a whole bunch of good deals for trading in the Switch, and I traded in a couple of other things to pay for most of it. So I really only paid like less than $100 for it out of pocket versus what I already had on
And see, I think I would just keep my Switch.
Yeah, I mean, we still have Carlos, so we still have a Switch 1, and we have... This was an upgrade for my Switch, basically. Gotcha. But obviously, it's hers, too. Like, we share everything, so she can use it as much as she wants.
That's what I would expect.
Exactly.
Marriage!
What's hers is mine.
What's mine is mine.
Mine is mine. Yeah. Anyway, nice. No, I love it. So, but to Jack's point, don't let FOMO get you.
Yeah.
I think it'll be available... and I think I'm an early adopter, and as everything comes with early adoption, there's going to be some hurdles, and some things. So I'm sure I'm going to run into a bug, and I'm going to get mad.
Yep.
But for
that's always my thing. Is I just wait a little bit until it gets bad. And they're like, "We just rolled out version 2." I'm like, "There we go, baby."
Go. Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
But I love it. So nice. I do want to show you the Pokemon games on it because it's.
I bet it's gorgeous.
It's incredible.
Simply gorgeous.
But getting back to Pokemon Go real quick.
Yeah.
Because that is the game we are here. We do love Pokemon Go. It was. I was thinking about this deeply the other day, actually.
Okay.
In my mind's eye. No, I was thinking about like how incredible of a game Pokemon Go, because it builds off of itself, right?
Yeah, and it's also like us as players, I think with our fascination with it, also like give it more hype and remembering our childhood experiences. Like I still remember me and my brother jamming out to when they would have the songs, like Viridian City. That was my jam, and we would. It was so cool. Like, and again, it shows my age in terms of Pokemon because that's when they had like the first music CD. Is like To Be a Master.
To be a master. Well, Pokemon in general, yeah.
Yeah, and it was amazing. But like, I think they did with the game as a whole. Like the game of Pokemon as a whole.
So the IP is old.
The IP itself, I think, is phenomenal. And what that video you showed me back in the day, the YouTube one, when he went to he actually Japan,
went to Johto essentially.
Yeah, to see it. I think that reinvigorated me in a way that I was not expecting from a YouTube video of all things.
Right.
Just because it was so cool and like now. Like, obviously, we've done a lot of revamping with the stuff. So, like, the Discord has went through a facelift. Once we get a little bit more content in there, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Because I still want to get our videos on there of, like, some educational things. Because, obviously, there's a new player base of Pokemon. I can say that confidently.
Yeah.
Being out there and seeing a lot of new players. There's a lot of OG players that have the understanding. And there's a lot of folks that... If it isn't for certain events, I feel like they might not be aware of what's around.
Okay.
So, and I think Pokemon, if anything, is a good game to encourage you to do the research and invest the time into your play.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you're going to get better.
Agreed. Well, not for nothing, to zoom out a little bit, there's a reason why this IP is so... I think it's like this number 2 IP in the world, or maybe even number 1, because Mario's pretty fucking big. But like, it's massive, but massive for a reason. Almost for the wrong reasons in some cases, like scalpers. But like, and that's mainly what the trading card game is fighting right now. But
all that greed.
The trading cards are great too. And there's a little bit of something for everyone.
I just downloaded. The
I saw
TCG.
You the TCG Pocket Jack Attack, baby. Yo, yeah, I love it. I've been having a blast with TCG Pocket.
It's
so stupid
because my coworker was like, "Are you?" Because I always see him playing, and I'm like, "Damn it." Because some of the artwork in there is beautiful,
and they're not physical cards. Like you can print them, and make your own if you really want to.
Which I
think
again,
you should. It'd be a really cool art piece. But like the cards in that game are fun. I just like it because it's pretty simple. It's pretty quick. There's a meta, sure, but like for the most part, you could probably jam some cards that you really like. Now, if you want to win at the highest level or whatever, yeah, you're gonna have to follow a couple of like meta things, but. Whatever, dude. I was popping off with a deck that has like no rares in it, and I was still climbing the ranks.
Really?
Had like some really niche Pokemon, like Rampardos.
Oh, nice.
Craniados.
Yes, the boys.
And like shit like that. So you can find some fun stuff. I do love that game. I was glad to see you finally got it. George and Israel and I post. We have a little group chat that we post. Basically, it ends up being like, "This is what I pulled today from TCG Pocket."
Because it's like sharing fun art to like the Discord. Yeah.
The latest set, which has the Buzzwole, it's all about Ultra Beasts.
Yeah.
There's the immersive cards, which is when you hold them, it plays like a video for you.
Yeah,
they're really beautiful. Well, they're really cool. I have 4 of the fucking Buzzwoles. I'm sick of it. I keep pulling it.
You're like, dang,
the same thing.
Your muscular build.
The same thing happened in the previous mini set, which was like Giratina. I got like 4 or 5 of those. I got 4 or 5 of the Arceus before that.
Nice.
I'm sick of those ones. I want the other art cards. Like
I just want these guys.
I literally want the lesser rarity.
All I care about.
Because like George and Israel, then they don't have any of those cards.
Can't you trade them?
Well, eventually, that's a different story. But it's very much like Pokemon Go, and like they try to get away with something kind of greedy or something to try
I'm noticing that. I'm
to temper how you can do certain things. I still think you should be able to trade globally in Pokemon Go. But
I really do think Scopely is going to bring that.
I think they will.
That's how they'll like. I think break the ice. Is there going to be like?
By the way,
remote tradings are bad, or remote passes are going to be 3-pack for $250.
Yeah,
we're gonna lift the cap to like 50 raids a day, and then also, by the way, in less than a year, we're going to bring out
remote trading
or global trading.
Global trading.
Or the GTS.
I was going to say some kind of GTS would be kind of fun.
Because then it'll be like that.
Or
they have it where you do have to interact with home. That's why I think they could bring it full circle is like they have like a segment of home that's just for that.
It'd be nice if they could develop to where I don't like...
You don't have to transfer it to home.
Either that or it's just like I send them off forever. Like sometimes I'd like to not. Like have the option to bring it back from home into Pokemon Go or something like that. But it's like if you send it to home, it's like goodbye forever. It's like the Chow Shredder from Sonic Adventure. Not the Shredder, sorry. Sorry, you sent the Chows to a forest and you said so long, goodbye, Chow. But once it was always in like this thingy that connected to the memory card, and it sounded like a Shredder because it was processing when you put the Chow in there. So Chris and I always just called it the Chow Shredder.
That's dark.
Because it's like, I'm sending the Chow away, and it's like, because it's like connecting to the digital world or some bullshit like that. And I'm like, it's just getting ground up in there, dude. Anyway, point is, GoFest is gonna be fun. I think. Did we talk about the Digimon looking ass Volcanion?
No, we didn't. He's gonna be obviously the premier legendary,
the mythical.
Right. Is he the mythical?
All right, chill.
Yeah.
He's got a fucking handle. I'm mad because I don't know how many other... I have to research.
Is he fire and water?
He's fire water.
Okay.
He's the Steam Pokemon. Steam Siege, if you will. That was a Pokemon set. A trading card set. Useless fucking Pokemon. I don't know. Almost up there with Heatran for me.
That's fair.
Like, Heatran was so useless that they gave it to a random trainer in the background of like one of the anime episodes. So it's like these people were in line to get like ice cream or something, and there's this dude just chilling with the Heatran. I'm like, that's supposed to be a legendary Pokemon.
He's supposed to be.
And then the newest anime, they just don't care. They're like, give this person a shiny Rayquaza, give this person like this other fucking legendary or mythical. We don't care. Do whatever you want.
Yeah,
which is fun. I mean, whatever.
Whatever floats your boat.
But I think GoFest will be pretty fun. It's usually always a good event anyway.
Yeah,
I was just talking about our Chicago experience, actually.
Nice.
Because, like, going in person, I mentioned earlier this year, I would have loved to go to an in-person one, but life got in the way type deal.
Dude, I'm more kind of banking for whenever they do Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Yeah. Because I'm just going to be like...
If they do one in Hawaii, yes.
Here we fucking go.
I will always go to Hawaii.
See ya.
I wonder if the Go Wild event will expand. But anyway... I wanted to do an in-person event this year. I didn't want to go to Jersey City. I bought a Paris ticket because I thought I might have been able to go to Paris, and we didn't do that. And then Japan was sold out before I could buy those tickets anyway.
Oh, yeah, Japan.
So maybe next year. But I was reflecting on our Chicago trip because it's like The trip was fun.
Yes.
We went there. We randomly had Joel join us, pretty much.
Yeah, Joel was just with us.
But it was great. And then we did a lot of walking, ate some pretty good grub. Did a lot more walking.
It was that. I was telling like my younger coworker about how we got shut down mid-event.
Yeah,
because of the thunderstorms.
Yeah. And I was
went to the Italian restaurant, and then because you had Twitter, and you were the only one of us that had Twitter, and you were like, "It's back on." And we're like, "Oh shit!" Like,
but I mean, but that was the first.
Park.
I was explaining. I think to George, I was like, that was the first time they kind of got this global Go Fest going because they had to give us the makeup.
Yes, that was that trial.
So like again, my actual Go Fest experience playing in Chicago wasn't great because I got 4 shinies. I was getting throated by umbrellas everywhere. Yeah. It was rainy. It was kind of whatever. The food trucks were a disaster, but I still enjoyed the trip. I liked going to Chicago and obviously hanging out with you and Joel. But I was, again, reflecting on, that was kind of the first time we did Global Go Fest in a sense because they gave us that makeup day, and that shit was awesome.
That shit was popping.
It was so good. Oh. And I was like,
just have this every single time.
Real. And then
now they do.
Behold, they do now.
Yeah. I remember so many people were upset with us. Oh, so like, wait, you were there Saturday? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was.
So you get the makeup? Yes.
Yeah, I do.
And we play the shit out of it.
And then it definitely made up for it, is what I'll say. Like,
yeah.
I think we actually went to Wash Park.
Yeah, that one, it was epic.
But,
yeah.
All right, Jack. All right.
Okay.
This is a non-Pokemon question.
Oh. All right.
What's been your favorite media recently that you've consumed? Could be movie, show, even music, if you care to share, but...
My favorite media that I've been consuming thus far is I've definitely gone back into my music ventures.
Okay.
Because like I've told you, I make playlists every year.
Yeah.
So every new song I hear, every song that gets me pumped, I'll Shazam or I'll whatever it.
Yeah.
And then I'll add that to my playlist for the year.
Sick.
And so when I can go back, I can literally replay days of the year from playlists of different years and be like, I remember when I heard the song and what emotion it incited.
That's awesome.
And so it's been a way to kind of trigger that.
Do you know how long those playlists typically end up, or is it very different?
It's very different. Okay. It's just like, because sometimes I'll listen to the same songs over and over. I can listen to a broken record and still be like, okay, on repeat. I've been listening to a lot of like rock covers recently, which is really nice. And then obviously you have like shows like Solo Leveling had like really epic music.
Some good music in there. Yeah.
I think Stranger Things back before whenever its new season comes
season
out. But that series, the last season had like really great music.
Yep.
Just things I'll hear that like really get me going. I'm like, yeah, like that's.
Okay. So do you have a particular earworm that's been like you open up your music player and you know that's what you want? I mean, obviously it kind of depends on mood and everything.
Yeah, it depends on mood, but I think who's been the main one on my list right now? I think let me check because they're still going to show up on my top. I've been enjoying. Let's see. Obviously, that one song you sent, "Ego," was really great. Ray. Black Mascara was a great song.
Oh, okay.
Falling in Reverse.
What song by Falling in Reverse?
Let me see. So they just had one, God is a Woman.
Okay.
That song is interesting for sure. Watching the new Devil May Cry anime.
Okay.
Like,
some good music in there.
Yeah, Evanescence song, Afterlife. Yeah. Fantastic.
They also did, sorry to interject, Evanescence or Amy Lee did a song for Ballerina too, the John Wick movie.
See, I want to go see that.
I haven't seen that movie yet, but...
this girl, she's been doing covers. Her name is Rain Paris.
Okay.
She did a cover of Lana Del Rey's Young and Beautiful. Okay. Caught me off guard. Wasn't expecting, because I used to listen to Lana Del Rey a lot when I was, I think, in grad school. Mm-hmm. Like, it would randomly come on, and like, I was like, why does this girl sound so sad? But like, she had some bangers, so I was like, I listened to it.
Hell yeah.
But then I haven't listened to her since then. And then all of a sudden, I heard a rock cover of her song, and I was like, this is fucking amazing. That one, Baby Metal, has been great.
Oh, always love Baby Metal.
And then Sleep Token's been a good one.
Okay, that's been a real popular one. Even Carla's like listening to Sleep Token. I'm like,
yeah, like some of the songs are like
they come from?
really good.
People really love Lana Del Rey's. What is it? It's the Millionaire one. Oh my gosh, I randomly forgot the name. I'm only wondering because it was when Chris and I went to the Suicide Girls down in the
the burlesque.
It was the one that I got a lap dance.
Oh my gosh!
To on stage, one of the funniest moments of my life. But that song is seared into my brain because of that.
That's fair.
But anyway, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I've been trying to diversify my music playlists too. More recently, I was gonna say, depending on how long they are, it might be kind of fun to like burn them to a CD or something.
Dude, yes.
Like, I know that might be like a whole volume of like 26 CDs.
Oh well, no, you gotta pick your top. You gotta pick your top 16 or 17.
Yeah,
make your playlist
because physical media has been big for me. So it's like getting back into like I have cassettes that I was gonna play in the Passat when I get that going.
Hell yeah!
So I'm gonna make like a mixtape, like a proper mixtape from like.
It's a misstart. Like that's where some of these kids don't know.
We have a lot of vinyls too. Carla loves listening to CDs, so she has like her old Walkman still, and I've been buying a lot of like CD soundtracks and other things for her. But anyway, yeah, so that's good. My answer would probably be Final Fantasy. Not a big surprise there. In that, so Final Fantasy and Magic the Gathering just had a huge crossover.
Okay.
A set that went through Final Fantasy 1 all the way through 16. We opened that set and it's. Oh, I love it so much. But Carla and I have been playing through the games, the old ones and the new ones. Okay. So we finished like 1, 2, 3. She's working on 4. I'm working on 5. I finished 16, 15, 7 Remake, 7 Rebirth, and I'm working on 13 as well. Okay. So we're kind of like a pincer attack here for old and new.
Usually
but it's taken me, like opening those cards took me through Final Fantasy 10, for instance. Like, so good. And so I've been kind of obsessed with that. They do Distant Worlds is like an orchestral concert that they do from a mix of Final Fantasy music.
Okay.
I played a lot of Final Fantasy 14. I say a lot, only 800 hours into that game. Yeah. But
I mean, sweet baby Jeebus.
Oh, my sister has like 3,600
hours.
But
your sister's a different tier.
But it's like, that's her other life. But anyway, so like the latest Distant Worlds music-wise has a lot of mix of Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 14's music.
Okay.
Because it's the same composer, Soken, who's so good. And I love the music. Anyway, point is I've been kind of enveloped in Final Fantasy recently.
Nice.
But it's been a blast, and I'm like I said, I'm also trying to diversify my playlist a little bit more too.
Which is fair.
But yeah.
But I think when it comes to music, and Pokemon has always been in there too. Like again, like every now and then, like what was one song that got me hype? The Social Justice Warrior from South Park. When it's like
I know what you're talking
the principal.
Yeah.
When he was doing the like who's the frat boys? Yeah. Oh my god! Like I would listen
PC
to
Principal.
PC Principal. Yeah. There we go. And I'd be in my car and I'd jam and I'd start doing the hype.
Yeah.
Oh man, and people would like stare and I was just like enjoying myself. And I think that's been the main thing is like, because I think obviously there's a lot of stuff going on and a lot of people. Yeah. And I don't blame them. Like there's a lot of world events happening. Help where you can, I think, is the best thing to do.
Agreed.
And realize like there's certain things in your court you can do, but there's a lot that you cannot really gather. If you can have a positive impact, do the best you can. That's why I'm glad. Like obviously this year with the community day for Jangmo-o, we're gonna have a lot of pins out. So if you show us that you checked in with Aurora Masters Campfire, I'll give you you get to pick 4 free pins, and that's including the Jangmo-o for this year. Or for this month. We're also going to have like some sweet treats there. I have a giant Pikachu that you saw me like unbox.
I was wondering. I was like,
yeah, you're like, why
release
is he
him?
Release, and he'll still be in the bag too, so you know he's like
all fresh.
He's fresh. That we'll be giving out for people who check in.
That's awesome.
And then because we're going to do the Lure Luau.
Correct.
On July 13th.
Yep.
So that's a Sunday. We're going to do hot dogs, hamburgers, all that good stuff. We're going to have golden lures going nearby.
Watermelon.
We need watermelon. And the tahini.
Yeah.
We need that.
So I'll definitely have some chamoy and tahini out there.
I'm going to see if George can make some guac.
Yes. Because
we need that too. I just want to have like good food, chill vibes, and we just relax. Good time to stock up on goods. But the Jangmo-o, obviously, we're going to be raising money for Rainbow Alley, as we have pretty much done every Pride.
Oh, happy Pride.
At Pride, sadly, and again, usually it's on Father's Day weekend, but it's going to be the last weekend, which is Go Fest, which is highly unfortunate. So I don't blame people if they're going to be playing during Pride and be down there. I think it'll be a great location because Denver has plenty of stops too.
And they did just reopen like 16th Street.
Yeah, so it'll be a good place. So don't feel like you have to be in one location if you want to go celebrate Pride. Obviously, just be safe and be smart.
Yes.
Watch your surroundings wherever you go, especially in this kind of volatile climate we're in. Stay hydrated, especially. If anything happens, if random, I guess, how can I say this like PC? If any sorts of charges or whatever are thrown and there's dust, don't touch your eyes. Please clear any of that off. Seek refuge first and safety always, and then kind of
find yourself in a tricky situation.
Yes, in a tricky situation, use your resources, kind of plan ahead if you do see that. Get out, have like if you're playing Pokemon Go again, be safe, just wherever you are.
Yeah, no matter what, we want you guys to be safe.
Yeah, we enjoy playing the game with you, so obviously just stay safe. If you know folks who are going out to do their American duties of protesting, just make sure they're safe as well. Make sure you guys have communications.
Yes.
Make sure you guys have plans and all that stuff. Let them know what people who you care about know where you are. Yes. And that's all I would advise.
Yeah.
On top of, again, keep your mental health. Obviously, that's why we play Pokemon Go. It's a great, it's a fun thing. It's a fun release. Plus, this is going to be a bunch of steps. We're going to get this fucking event. So we're going to be stepping.
My health app will love it.
Mine freaks out because because mine keeps your active minutes over, and I think every event I've had over 400 minutes of heart level is in fat burning mode. You're doing too much. Yeah. And people really? I was my heart is going because I'm running around.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping the weather that it's sun with nice cool breezes.
A cool breeze, a little overcast.
A little overcast.
There's a little bit of clouds.
Yeah, whenever I wish upon a star that there's a cloud that comes by, and it does, it just makes me feel great. But yeah, anything else you want to say?
No, I just want to echo that. We want you guys to be safe no matter what you're doing, whether it is participating in American duties, or if it's just playing Pokemon Go, or if you're going on a trip somewhere, or even if you're at the grocery store. Just be safe.
Be safe.
Because I do love the people, but I need you guys to be safe. Outside of that, look forward to seeing you guys and playing with you guys, and let us know if you have any favorite songs or media or Pokemon events or anything going on in your lives. And anyway, I think that's about it for us.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye. Can resume your regular scheduled music. Thanks, guys. We love you.
Bye.